Good, beautiful morning, everybody. It's a brand new, beautiful day in Toronto and all around the world. We have so much happening on the planet at this point of time and space. And today is our Friday Q&A exclusively for our watchers on TikTok and YouTube. So we will possibly bring through various messages. And again, feel free to ask your questions. We do get a lot of questions. If your question is not answered, we will try to get to it in the video later. If you want your question prioritized, you can use the super chat feature on YouTube, and on TikTok, it will be a little different until we get that figured out. Wonderful. So I'm just connecting here. Good morning. Here we are. Brand new, beautiful day. Good morning, Moran. Good morning, Hassan. Good morning, Joelle and Lilith. Good morning. Hi, Beth. Hi, Ellen. Good morning. Good to see you. Good morning. Yeah. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Bling. So this is Friday Q&A, so you can feel free to ask your questions, and I'll bring through the answer, whoever is bringing that answer for you. For those of you that are new to this is a channel. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And what is a medium? A medium is an individual who has developed the ability to receive information beyond the 5 physical senses. You know, conventional science calls it intuition, having hunches. We call it clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. And everybody is born with those innate abilities. Unfortunately, most people don't get to develop those senses because they're bound by the 5 sensory world. We're so distracted by the outside world. Everything is outside. And so very few people get to turn their attention inward to learning how to develop, how to hear, how to see, how to feel, how to know without the 5 senses being involved. And yet everybody in this world has experienced their own version of getting a hunch about something or intuition. So everyone has the ability to be a medium. So what I offer here is a service of allowing information to come through to people. I offer daily messages Monday, Wednesdays, and a meditation and message on Saturdays, and an open Q&A today on Fridays, for the opportunity that you have to learn, to acquire the information and knowledge you need, because everyone here on this planet is here to learn, to awaken, to transcend subjectivity to the 5 sensory being. You have this body as a vehicle for learning, not a sense of your identity. But we'll be happy to address your questions and concerns today. Good morning, Mongat. Good morning. Hi, Drusilla. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, we're going to go a little slower. And for TikTok users, I've got a surprise for you today. We're going to be finishing on YouTube at around 10:40 a.m. and then we're going to stay on TikTok for about an hour beyond this time for TikTok users. And anybody over on YouTube, again, if you really want your question answered, please use the super chat feature or the super thanks feature, which whatever it's called on your system, if you want your question prioritized. But we will get to them. It's an amazing opportunity for humanity today. We have this consciousness within us that's super intelligent. You know, computers appear to be super intelligent to the 5 sensory self, but inside you there is this super intelligence. It beats your heart 72 times a minute. It can take any food you eat and transmute that food into different elements that your body needs. This is super intelligence. And learning to get in touch with that super intelligence becomes very important, because you can get past the limitations that the world has imposed upon you, and you can learn to really connect to meaningful functions and behaviors for yourself that come from your heart, from your soul, not from your personality. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with our personality. A personality can be really beautiful. A personality can be really ugly. There's many different types of personalities. But your soul, I believe in all my heart that the human soul is fundamentally bound and born in love. And that everything that happens in our material world, if we get lost in our mind, we get lost in our identity, we can get disconnected from that love, but we are never going to be able to completely lose our connection to that love. And it's what you are. Love is what you are. We got a question from Michelle over on YouTube. My father recently transitioned. Is there a message from him or anyone else? He's saying something about the words I'm getting from him is something about going on the dusty road. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Going on the dusty road. There's a journey through a desert. There's a journey you need to go on. So he's trying to tell me that you need to go on this journey. I'm seeing like a desert. You're going through a desert, or you're crossing a desert, and there's something on the other side. It's something that he says that you've needed to do in secret. But he says you need to do that. Cross the dusty road. Yeah. And tell him, he's saying to tell him I love him dearly. He's saying that. Tell him I love him dearly. And it's a name like Ray. It's an R. There's R in it, but I'm not quite clear on it. Wow. A journey through the dusty road. You know, the thing about being a medium or even a psychic, if I can be so bold as to use that term, it's not something that just some people are born with it fully intact and fully developed. There are exceptions that have that process where they're born with their psychic senses awake and open, and high level people that are highly empathic, that feel the thoughts and emotions of other people, are often born with their clairs, their inner senses open. But there's no form of formal training in the conventional world to help people awaken or even to utilize these features, because to most people the idea of speaking to beings on another dimension seems absolutely crazy. But when you understand that, you know, Nikola Tesla, when he created radio waves and said he could send a signal through the air and make that boat move in the water, people thought he was absolutely crazy. So if you think you are a clairvoyant or a clairaudient or a clairsentient, you're highly empathic, know that you probably have these psychic senses naturally more developed than the average person. That's not to say that the average person can't develop these psychic senses. Everyone can, if they follow a process of how to learn to see, to hear, to feel, to know outside the confines of the five sensory self. You have to learn how to go within, to get beyond your mind and body personality. And you can, you already are. You know, a lot of people don't realize that they are beyond their mind and body. That's how you operate it. You operate your mind, you operate your body, you operate your voice from a non-physical plane of consciousness. It's why you can observe your thoughts, even though you can't see them, but you can observe them, because you're in a non-physical place and your thoughts are in a non-physical place as well. Oh, thank you for that dancing cactus. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Curly's saying, I believe I'm empathic. Everybody on the planet is to some degree empathic, more others than some, but everyone can learn to develop and increase their sensitivities, to open these clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. There are simple and practical ways you can learn to do that. Meditation is a foundational step in that direction. Learn to quiet your mind and calm your body, to draw your attention from the outside world, to begin to go within and to begin to sense and to feel without using your eyes, without using your ears. There's wonderful mystical schools in the East, like in India and Asia, where they teach people to open their senses up, even how to read without their eyes being visible. Because when the soul is awakened, it understands that it is not the body. It is not the body. Thanks for that question, Michelle. Really, really appreciate it. Got a question from Ellen. Does my father have advice for me on sale of family home? I'm confused. He's saying, let go of your confusion. He says, let that go. That stands between you and the outcome. release the confusion, feel the joy. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you to be moving into your life. Yes. There's a tree that's on the property, something about a seed, to take the seed with you. He says it's really important that you take a seed with you from this tree that's there. Take a seed with you where you go. Yeah, this was yes. Your happiness, your happiness is my dream. Your happiness is my dream. Yes. Wow. Thank you, Ellen. And so mediumship has different levels of functionality. I want to talk a bit more about this because I've been told it's really important to talk about this. The mediumship psychic abilities have different levels of development. And the higher developed the senses are, the more accurate and precise information becomes. The less developed the faculties are, the less accurate and precise the senses are. But one should never become discouraged or avoid practicing those skills of becoming a medium, because you have to develop it. And it's like, like a little baby who's just learning to walk. If it fell down, the parents don't scream and yell at it for not walking properly. They help it up and they help it walk a little more. Your senses, your psychic senses are like that. You have to practice developing them. You're going to learn to open up clairvoyance, learn to open up clairsentience and clairaudience and claircognizance. And the level of accuracy of information that you'll start to get will alter and change based on a variety of different factors. One of those factors is how what your vibration is. What is the vitality of your body? What is the clarity of your mind? How is your energy emotionally? These things will all affect how your psychic senses can be opened up and to what degree and extent. As you begin to gain exposure to them, you'll start learning how to use them, and you'll start to recognize when you're actually using them consciously and intentionally. So a lot of people say, well, psychics aren't that accurate and mediums aren't that accurate. That's because they're at a state of development where their level of accuracy is at the point where it is. Just the state of where a child is learning to walk. They're not being inaccurate in learning to walk. They're simply learning to walk. So people learning the function of opening their skills in mediumship or as a psychic require a process of development, just like anything else that you're going to learn new. So it can be really easy to condemn and criticize people who aren't precise in what they present, but understand that every single human soul is in a learning process. And I encourage any of you, if you want to learn to open up your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, go check out my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and check out some of the courses and masterclasses that we offer that help people go in that direction. Got a question on YouTube from Thelma Fitzgerald 1234. I've been working with arthritis for many years. I want to know if I am getting closer to working better spiritually. Yes, towards my healing. Yes. The answer is yes to that. You are getting much closer. The irritation that you hold deep in your heart. This person, I don't know who she is, but she's got like tall red hair and she's got very strong features, and she's saying you need to release in the final step the last of the irritations in your heart. You need to release the last of the irritations deep within your heart. A lot of those discomforts will diminish and disappear with that. A lot of the inhibitions, a lot of the irritation, a lot of suffering, that last step will happen. Question on TikTok from Rudy. Hi, Rudy. I'm expecting a newborn within a few days. Any idea when exactly? It's going to be a little bit longer than a few days. It's going to be like the 4th or 5th day. There's something that's holding them back, there's somebody in your system that's afraid. Tell them to let go of their fear. That this one can come earlier. This one can come a bit earlier than what was said. If that fear is released, rejoice. The words rejoice. I feel the energy of Archangel Gabriel saying, "Rejoice, for they are coming to you." Rejoice. Go into the joy of this. And congratulations on you too, bringing a new soul into this physical dimension. What an honor! What a privilege! What a joy! Thank you. So mediumship is a very powerful function that you all have. Every one of you has the ability to be a medium. You just have to learn. Question from Joelle. I finished putting my groceries in my car and I turned to take the caddy away. I got such a start as I felt someone next to me and asked, "Who are you?" No reply. Could you please help? He says, "You know who I am." He says, "I'm just getting acclimatized to where I am now." Yeah, you know who this is. He was very close to you, and he was surprised. He said he was surprised you were surprised with all this studying you have been doing. He says if you sit with your mind open, as you were then when you're putting your groceries in there, he said you had a gap in your mind where you weren't concerned. You were just totally open. That's when he interacted with you in that moment. You're completely open, but your body and your personality reacted and responded. And that's the thing about our bodies, right? Our bodies are instinctual organisms. So when the body experiences something outside of what is normal to it, it reacts almost automatically unless it's highly trained by the soul. And so that when he came to you in that moment, your body reacted instinctually. That wasn't you. It was your body reacting. And that's what closed the door in that moment. That's why I couldn't recognize him, because your body went on like, what happened? And that happens to a lot of people when they have a visitation or somebody from another realm or dimension interacts with them. The body's instinctual mechanism kicks into play, and then they'll go into a state of avoidance from experiencing that thing that they perceive as a threat because it's outside what is familiar to them. Your groceries weren't unfamiliar. Your car wasn't unfamiliar. What you were doing wasn't unfamiliar. But what was unfamiliar is his energy interacting with your energy and you perceiving him and the body reacting to that energy of him in a non-physical state as something that's foreign, something to be careful and watchful of. And that's natural and normal for our biology to behave that way in the beginning until you train your body. But I'm also being told to tell you, Joelle, to take the time to sit down when you get home and like just be open and receptive to having a communication with him. He wants to have a real heart-to-heart communication with him, not just the touch, but communication. He wants you to hear him, and he wants you to hear him, and he wants to be acknowledged by you. So that he says, I don't want you to think I'm crazy. He says, I don't want to think I'm crazy. So he really respects you. So sit with him. Like when you get home, sit with the silence, be open to him. And please, when you do that and after your effects, please share your comments and your experience with me with other people on the YouTube station when you get a chance to. Thank you so much, Joelle. Question on TikTok from Paige. Hi, Paige. I'd like to ask if you have any messages from my dad that are coming through. Yeah, give me a second here, Paige. Wow, he's pretty tough guy here. Very strong. I'm just tuning into him, but his energy is very strong. I don't know why, but he's showing me like a salute. He's like a salute. Again, I'm seeing him in reverse. So he's showing me a salute with the right hand. When I'm looking at him, it seems to be from on the left side, but he's showing like a salute. And then he's putting a hand on his heart. And again, there's all this. I don't know why there's these decorations on his chest. Why in this appearance? Honor. He's appearing in this way to me to communicate the love and honor he feels that you are his daughter. But these are really shiny, like these are sparkly things, metals and stuff on this uniform. Like it's all, but it's to demonstrate that his love and honor for you Um, yeah, his love and honor for you. I hope you really, he says, can she feel that? He's asking me if you can feel that. Can she feel that? I'll try and send, just be open, Paige. He wants to know that you can feel that. If you can, please just think it to him. You don't have to say anything online. Just think to him, yes, I feel you. And when you do that, you'll experience something else. But that'll be something for you and him to experience and share together. You're certainly welcome to share your comments in the comment section if you like. In evolving your consciousness beyond the 5 physical sensory self, because it's so important. A lot of people don't realize that you are not alone in this dimension. You know, you can be alone in terms of like you don't have a lot of people around you, but you also have guides, you have angels, you have beings of many dimensions that can connect with you if you're open and receptive to receiving their information. And again, there are high vibrational beings and there are low vibrational beings. As you get to an understanding of how to change the way your body and your mind vibrate, by changing the types of thoughts you think, by changing the kinds of food you consume, by changing the kind of things you put in the body, what you eat, what you drink, what you say, all those things contribute to your vibration. There's vibrating high and there's vibrating low. There are beings that are lower vibrational beings that are actually quite an infestation on the planet right now. There's a lot of lower vibrational beings that have entered into people, that are in our politicians, that are in many of the leaders who are doing very dark and evil things to humanity right now. And they're infected by lower vibrational beings because of their greed and their control and their power. It's pretty scary. But on the other hand, there's also these incredible high vibrational beings that are available to us. Master Jesus, Buddha. If you open up your guardian angels, Archangel Gabriel, many of them become available to you if you can shift your consciousness from fear to love. And one of the things that I'm devoting my life to is helping other people get away from fear and suffering and to elevate themselves back to love. Because as a collective species, we need to be more aligned to a frequency of love than to a frequency of fear. As fear and love do very different things and cause very different effects in time and space. The actions of fear are one thing, the actions of love are very different. And so the purpose of our work here is to literally guide anyone open and receptive to learning how to realign themselves to their own expression of love. Love in what you think, what you say, what you do. And that will also manifest and affect the people around you. If you're coming from fear, your behavior will be very different than coming from love. But you can change your vibration very quickly. It does not have to take years. You can literally begin to do it in days. You can alter your vibration. You know, one of the quickest things they told me to do in the very beginning, they said, stop drinking caffeine. That was one of the first things they told me. Stop drinking caffeine. They said I was being conditioned to artificially stimulate myself, so my natural energy reserves were being depleted as a result of that. So I stopped drinking caffeine, and my energy certainly changed significantly. But there's many things you can learn to do. I encourage you to come out to our program, our 101 Masterclass, which begins March the 4th. Come and sign up for this 101 Masterclass. It's going to allow you to get familiar with how to begin to alter and change your vibrational frequency, what kind of foods you can eat that will really alter and change the vibration of your body, what kind of ways you can interact with your own mind to begin to change the way it functions so it begins to function in a more positive and constructive way on your behalf, so you begin to become the operator of your mind rather than the subject of your mind. Hi, guys. Thank you for that. Really appreciate that. Question from Mooney. Hi, Mooney. Hi, Mary. Will I be talking to my ex, Kirill, soon? Again, I don't normally interact with those beings. But if you want to, you certainly can. You can be open to that. The choice is yours. If it remains a question, you will create delay. If it remains a question, you will create delay. If it's something you're saying, I will talk to them, then the delay will be lessened. But if you're asking the question, will I be communicating with them, then you are creating delay by the nature of that question. If you change that to, I will be communicating with them, then you will shorten the delay. The connection will happen sooner, right? Great question. Thank you. Question from Moran. I'm in the process of releasing. I try to give myself freedom with food. I allow myself food that also nourishes my soul and makes me happy. Can I get any message regarding the subject of they're saying that the concern is not with food for you. They're saying that's not where the concern is so much with food as that thing, that event that happened. They're saying between age 9 and age 12, something was going on there that you have not released that from your heart. They're saying you hold on to it in your soul. You have to release that which you hold in your soul from that event in this physical dimension between the biological ages of 9 and 12. Release that event, the emotion from your system. And there are simple ways to learn to release old emotions from your body. Your body is where you store your memories and your emotions. That's where we store all of our memories and emotions in our body. And there are ways to learn to release memories and emotions from your body. But, there's a lot more information to that too, Moran. And you can always get more by booking a reading with me, and you can experience a whole lot more that's available than what I can give you in a single question. During the reading process, you have a chance to ask at least 10 questions, most of which end up being answered usually within the first half hour, because they know exactly what it is that you are seeking, because they're communicating with your soul, not your ego. But I recommend that you book a reading with me if you want to know more about that too. But there's an easy way to let go of those old emotions. You did not come here to suffer. You came here to thrive. You came here to live. You came here to be happy. A question from Ian. Hi, Ian. Any spirits around me? There's again, they're not close to you right now. They're not close to you. The invitation is just being offered now by your question. You're just offering us this invitation now. Again, learning how to open up to us is the question you need to ask yourself. What is it you are doing to be open to us? Many of you have us respond to you and react to you in ways that you're able to receive, but are often dismissive. When we do communicate with you, you hear a sudden noise, or you get a flash of light, or we give you a sequence of numbers. We try to reach many of you in the way that you're able to receive, but many of you will dismiss what you receive and fail to explore it any further. But we can assure you that if you pause in any moment where the unexpected communication occurs, if you pause, you will feel our presence. They want you to, again, for you, Ian, they want you to go to the biggest tree you can find. They want you to go to the biggest tree you can find in your area and go close to it. And they're saying they're saying place, there's 3 things you need to do, like place your hands on the tree. Place your hands on the tree and breathe and stop your thinking mind. Then go to the other side of the tree. Place your hands on the other side of the tree. Breathe and release your thinking mind. And ask in this frame of thought, may I receive the vibration I'm needing to receive from my guides at this time. That is the fashion in which they want you to approach this. They're saying you must understand that the function of action must align with the intentions of your soul and your mind. Your mind and your body must be in alignment to the intended request in order for you to be able to receive it. If your mind and body are misaligned, then it is very difficult for you to receive. It's very difficult to receive if your mind and body aren't in alignment with what it is you are asking for. Wow, cool. I like that. Thank you, Ian. Question from TikTok. Hi, Tatina. Does my father have a message for me? He passed away in my arms. He was so happy. He's saying he was so happy in that moment. That was great joy for him. His last moments were of great joy with you. And wow, It's like he is so like the joy that just is. I hope you're feeling this emanation of joy from him right now. Like it's like you made his departure a real joy. Like, yes, thank you so much. Yes, thank you for that joy. Thank you. Wow. Uh, yes, it made it so much easier. You know, we don't often understand this, that your body is not who you are. It is the instrument you have while you're in a physical dimension. Your your emotions are the energy that you use in the function of creation here. We go into great detail in this in our learning in our master classes about what emotion is, what thought is, what you are as a soul, and you come to an understanding of it from within yourself, from your own experience of it. But the joy, thank you so much for asking for that from your father, because the joy that he shared with you, I felt too. I understand that. Um, he's saying too. It if you know this, then you have nothing left to be in judgment about. He says you have nothing left to be in judgment about to yourself. He says stop judging yourself now. You what a gift. I wish. Yes, yes. You know, everyone needs to understand that when the body is in the process of transitioning, it's because the body's reached its lifetime and the soul can depart. When you think of yourself as just a body, and you think that life is your biological life is your only life, but it's not. Think about the logic of this. You have a physical body that's being directed by something in the brain called thought. That thought says open and close the hand. So the thought is invisible, but the manifestation of thought is physical. And you are aware that you're choosing certain thoughts, or you're not. Most people aren't aware they're choosing their thoughts. Most people are programmed to just think the thoughts they're thinking. So they don't often think their own thoughts. They think somebody else's thoughts. But when you recognize that you are able to change and alter your thoughts, then who is that you that's doing that? It's a soul, it's your awareness, and it's a non-physical aspect of your consciousness that interacts with matter, time, and space via energy or emotion. That's how everything happens. So when somebody's transitioning from the body, they're literally, the soul is literally leaving the physical medium of expression and moving into another level of vibrational expression. Their consciousness does not cease to exist because the body stops. The consciousness moves to another frequency of consciousness. Much like we got all these radio signals flowing around us right now. We don't see them. TV stations, radio stations, we don't see them, we don't hear them because we don't have a system to tune into that. Our bodies aren't designed to tune into those frequencies. But you have devices called radios and TVs that can tune into those. But the same thing is true for the human soul. You as a soul can tune into the level of an energy of another soul, a guide or an angel. You can. You can tune into it. You know, and if you learn that process, you'll understand that death is simply an illusion. It should not be called death. It should be called transition, moving from one state of consciousness to another. Beautiful question, and thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Wow. Oh, you're very welcome, Ian. A question from the ears of, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I'll just say, my boyfriend passed away. His name is Omar. Does he have a message for me? He's excited that you called him forth. I don't know why, but I'm hearing it again. I'm hearing his words. They're very, very excited, very hurried. It's like he's been trying to get through to you for a while now. He wants you to go forth and be so happy. He wants you to be so happy. Be so happy. Those are the words he said. Be so happy. If I yell them out as loud as I'm hearing them, it would be annoying, right? But it's like he really has been. His heart has been bursting with you getting that message to be so happy as you and he had planned to, right? He wants you to be so happy. He says that the tears are unnecessary, love. The tears are unnecessary, love. The tears are unnecessary, love. Yes. Yes, the paths have diverged. If you went on a trip, right? You went on a trip to, say, Europe or France, and your parents see you off and they see you go on the plane and away you go, and now you're not physically in the same space and time. Let me assure you that when someone leaves the body, they don't cease to exist. They simply are not functioning on a physical plane because they're done with that process for whatever reason. The reasons of the soul are very different than the thinking of the mind. The reasons that a soul leaves are very different than the thinking of our mind. And when you learn to realize that, you won't mourn when people make their transition. You'll understand that everybody's making their transition for reasons greater than what we can think in our own conceptual reality. Your body's finite, your soul immortal. Your mind can last a little longer than the body. Energy is eternal. And it's anyway. Thank you so much for asking me to bring him through. Yes, go forth and be happy. Stay with that. Really, stay with that. I would like to know if my parents are together. Yes, they are. Yes, they are together. Understand, the beliefs of their mind do not affect the beliefs of their soul. The beliefs of the mind affect the things of this world. Yes, they are very much together. They've been journeying together for many lifetimes. Your parents, they've been journeying together for many lifetimes. They came into this lifetime to test the differences, to see if the differences in this dimension would alter all the other lifetimes of experience. Would that cause them to divert away? They are very much together. But again, the differences that they had here are not there. They were only of this earth. And yes, I don't know who this is, but somebody else is coming in. They want to say that the fragmentary nature of the physical dimension is in the process of being healed. Again, I don't know if that's for or what they mean by that, but the fragmentary nature of the physical world is about to be healed. Well, thank you so much for that. Where are we at here? Okay, I'm going to take 2 more questions on YouTube, and then I'm going to sign off on YouTube, and I'm going to hang here with you guys on TikTok for a little while. Question from Hassan. I had a dream last night. My body was hemorrhaging profusely from large wounds in my torso. I awakened with full, clear cognizance of meaning of dream. Am I correct in my understanding? Yes, it is very, I don't know who this is. It feels like your guardian angel who's saying that it is good that you understand the meaning of its spirit and not the way your mind would think it to be. For one would give you a very different understanding than the other, as you well know. And again, that the way your mind would have seen that and the way your soul understands that, they're saying that that's really important that you made that distinction. So yes, your understanding is quite correct. Releasing the old self, bleeding away the old self, and bringing forth the new, resurrecting it. One more question on YouTube from H. Crosby. Do I have anyone coming through me? I've been going through a rough time with my health and other issues. Harmony is my name. Hello, Harmony. Good to connect to you. I tell her to get out of isolation. Somebody's saying for you to get away from being isolated, you need to be around more joyous spirits of this world. You need to be around more joyous people in this world. And as for your suffering, we have a lot of in our masterclass, a lot of healing happens. We've had people have some pretty amazing things happen during these classes. These are classes that are taught by the ascended masters, multidimensional beings that work with us, that work through me, that assist us in elevating our consciousness from fear to love. And when you move your consciousness from fear to love, the organizing principle of the vibration of love is very different than the organizing principle of the vibration of fear. They have very different effects energetically on our bodies and on our minds. The vibration of love affects our bodies and our minds very differently than the vibration of fear. Harmony, yeah, you need to get around people that are more joyous. They're saying get around people that are more joyous. Like they're showing like dancing people where people are like celebrating. Yes. and aligning yourself more deliberately, love. Again, the acidity, that's the word I'm being given. The acidity of your past needs to be released. You need to alkalize your mind. I've never heard that term before. You have to alkalize your mind by restoring it to love. And you'll find many of the conditions that you're dealing with health-wise will begin to naturally ameliorate. Emotion organizes matter. My guardian angel John told me this many years ago. He said, emotion is the fifth state of energy, and it organizes all matter below it: solids, liquids, gases, atoms, time, space. Emotion organizes matter. It's a very powerful thing. Well, YouTube, I want to say thank you so much to everybody for being here. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. If you want to support the channel, you can go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. I'll put that up on the screen for a minute here. Oh, that's my website. There we go. So if you want to support me on Patreon, you can certainly do that. It's welcome. I look forward to seeing everybody here today at the YouTube meditation tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. And it's going to, again, be a meditation on restoring yourself to love, body, mind, and soul. I'm going to have Archangel Michael with me tomorrow, and I love his presence with me. It's always uplifting and inspiring and empowering for everybody who's involved. It will be about restoring your mind and your body to love. So YouTube, thank you so much, and everybody that supports me on YouTube, much love to you all, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And if you want, of course, you can migrate over to TikTok, and I'll be there for about another 35, 40 minutes. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.